job of the pigs, the job of the... Have you been to the chickens yet?
That's it. That's the last stop.
That's your last stop. Okay, the job of the cow. What do you think this guy does on the farm? He works, but what kind of work does he do?
Runner?
He can run really well, but that's not his work. You really don't want him to run in his work.
He's thinking horse
He takes
horses.
farmers everywhere. That's a good answer. He takes farmers everywhere in wagons, and he also helps pull our farm equipment. He helps pull the plow to turn over the soil. He helps pull the grain drill, which plants the seeds. He helps pull logs. He helps pull tree stumps, anything that needs to be pulled on the farm. Why don't I use a tractor? Because it's an old farm, exactly. Does anybody know how long ago we are trying to show farming? How many years ago we're trying to show? You got it. 100 to 110 years ago. That's why I'm dressed like this. That's why you see some of us. People who are here as volunteers aren't dressed like this. They've got on jeans. But those of us who work here are dressed like we would have dressed 100 years ago. And Tom's dressed like he would have dressed 100 years ago, too. Yes?
Why did he shake?
Because he's trying to get the bugs off him. Just like we're going like that occasionally. We'll have lots of question time at the end, okay? Let me tell you a little bit about Tom, and then we'll have questions. Tom's wearing clothes like he wore 100 years ago. Well, not really clothes, but this stuff. This is what allows him to be able to pull the wagons and pull the plows. This part is the first thing you put on him, other than the bridle. And this is called his collar. If you take a dog out for a walk, the dog's wearing a collar, or sometimes a harness, and then you hook the leash to it. Well, when we want to take Tom and have him do some work, or any of our horses and have him do some work, we put their collar on first, and then we hook all this stuff to it. This is called the harness. And the harness, the back part of it, where you see the chains, gets hooked to the wagon or the plow or the piece of machinery, and that allows him to pull things. Tatiana, is this a horse? This is definitely a horse. This is Tom. So Tom can pull things because he's wearing this harness. And this is the same kind of thing he would have worn 100 years ago. Now, Tom's wearing something else. Tom's wearing something on his feet. What's he wearing on his feet? Horseshoe. A horseshoe. Why do you think Tom's wearing a horseshoe? Well, the horseshoe allows him to run fast, but he could run fast without it, too. Why are you wearing shoes? Why didn't you come to the farm this morning barefoot? Ooh! Well, true, but Tom doesn't really care if he steps on poop or dirt. That's not what bothers him. Why do you think he needs the shoes? Tatiana. Why are you wearing shoes other than keeping your feet clean? Is right, to not get hurt. So, he's wearing shoes because he doesn't want to get hurt. We don't want him to hurt his feet. Now, how do I put this shoe on Tom?
You nail it to
We
him.
nail it to his foot. If I nail the shoe to your foot, you'd be bleeding and would hurt. How come it doesn't hurt Tom?
Because he's an animal.
Well, yeah, but if I nail the shoe to your dog, you think your dog would be happy?
No.
No. What about your cat?
No.
They're animals. So why can't I nail a shoe to a horse or an ox? What is their foot made of?
Fur.
Well, there's fur here. That's the hop. Way down there. What's it made of? Anybody know? Tell me. A lot of people tell me wood. It's not wood. Looks like wood, but it's not wood. Yeah? It's not rocks either. It is the same material as your toenail is made out of, or your fingernail. If Mom trims your fingernails or your toenails, does it hurt? No. Unless she doesn't do a good job and cuts too low. Our horse here has one big hoof